The future movement of interest rates might be better known today after we see those unemployment numbers released in around an hour and a half's time. Our business editor Ross Greenwood joins me now. Ross, talk me through the labour market. What are we expecting?
Okay, so strangely, we know it's actually close to 50-year lows for unemployment at the moment. That means really that there are more job vacancies still today than what there are people to fill them. This is actually part of the government's strategy in the budget to try and bring in, over the next 5 years, an additional 1.5 million people, notwithstanding the pressures that will bring into the housing market in particular. But on top of that, what you're seeing is the ongoing suggestion that while you've got too many jobs and not enough people, you're going to keep pressure on wages. We saw a part of that come out yesterday. So today, when we see these unemployment rates come out at around 11:30, the market's forecasting it will be steady at 3.5%, very close to those 50-year lows. But look, there's another 25,000 jobs created during this time, and also the participation rate, the number of people actively engaged in the labour markets at all-time record highs, and the participation rate of women in particular also very, very strong. But then you go back one day to these wage price numbers. Think about the annual wages growth there of 3.7%, the highest it's been for more than 11 years. So this really is part of the inflationary pressure that keeps the pressure on the Reserve Bank. And even though maybe a lot of people are welcoming of those wage rises, the other problem is that they might ultimately pay for it in their mortgages.
Yeah, so what about the RBA? It said it will tolerate higher inflation. Its preferred band is 2 to 3%. We know that. But if they mean more people remain in jobs, will that influence its thinking?
Yeah, there's no doubt. And this is certainly something that they've said continuously. And that is, they say Australia's on a narrow path. You know, they make mistakes. Australia could fall off into recession. The other problem is that you have persistent inflation, which leads to higher interest rates for longer. Now, the fundamental issue is that the Reserve Bank governor has indicated that he's prepared to wear this higher inflation, perhaps out until 2025. And so effectively trying to drift the economy to hold on to the jobs to try and keep the unemployment rate, well, at least around that 4.25% mark. It is going to rise. It is going to create potentially at least 160,000 people out of jobs over the next couple of years. But if we have a look at the ASX rate predictor, which got this 100% wrong last month, we should tell you, when the Reserve Bank did raise rates, right? It still says 100% chance there will be no rate rise.
What is going on there, either. Ross? Seriously,
well,
how can it be 100% ever?
Well, you know, the whole point about it is that they're basically banking on the fact that the Reserve Bank won't move. And that's why they're saying 100% chance there'll be no rate move this month. But more economists are saying that because of the wages data, because of other evidence that's coming out, it is likely that there will be at least another 1 and possibly 2 rate rises. Now, it is mixed because even some like Gareth Aird at the Commonwealth Bank say no more rate rises. But others out there are saying there could be 1 or 2 more rate rises. The National Australia Bank, for example, saying 2 more, which would take the cash rate out to 4.1% at that time.
Well, I want to know what Gareth Aird has to say, because he's the only one really that got it right last time.